I was excited for you to open for me again. Because 2 years ago you opened for me. That was like what you had been doing comedy at that point for 3 months.
Like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, so that was like your first big comedy show with Persians.
It was weird, and there was children in the front row.
Yeah.
And as a new comic, like the only way you're funny is if you say Doing comedy for different ethnic groups is hard. That's like Garth Brooks doing a concert in South Central. We walked into this room, it looked like the middle of Baghdad Square, like the market in Baghdad. And so I fit in really well, like I blended in really quickly. Yeah, I remember Kvon freaking out at one point because the lights were all up and they were gonna throw him in between like the belly dancers and then like the sword swallowers. So I did my time and got off the stage and it was terrible and awful. And then Kvon came up and crushed. And then after the show, Kvon was doing his t-shirt thing and signing autographs and stuff. And this guy just comes out of nowhere and just starts busting my about religion and God and how could you say those things.
I go around the corner and I see some guy just going, "How dare you? That's my daughter. She doesn't know about naked guy in the gym."
It's literally like it was the cleanest 5 minutes of speech I've ever given in my life.
And I grabbed the guy, I hit his arm, "Don't touch my buddy Chris." He goes, "Both of you have disgraced. This is my daughter." Come to find out his daughter's like 30 years old.
But that was my experience with NOWRUZ. It was intense.
There was a couple who'd seen me perform in Boston, and one of my opening acts in Boston was this gay Iranian guy who was new to stand-up. And when he went out in front of this audience of like, 1,300 people, he did a very risque joke, like, whatever it was like sexual. So then I was at the event in New York a few months later, and this couple came up to me, older couple, and they go, and for some reason they thought I had done the risque joke. So they come up to me and they had a British accent. It was really interesting. This older couple, very sophisticated looking bow tie, and they go, "We saw you in Boston." And I was like, "Yeah," and the guy goes, "You were very naughty." I was like, all right, that wasn't me, that was the gay guy.